Well, 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 well. Look who we have here. Huh?
The host of Friday Night Talks. Don't I look cool in my pink shirt and leather jacket? My red glasses?
There you go. You just can't help it. You gotta mock the real host of Friday Night Talks.
Well, I can never be as cool as him, because he's the best person on earth.
Your sarcasm is just on another stratosphere. It's so funny. So what do you got in store for us today on Friday Night Talks?
Well, it's a secret. You're going to have to watch to find out.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm just loaded with anticipation.
You should be.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think you could hang with me as a host?
I'll do my best.
Let's break kayfabe here for a second and just, you're coming up the stairs. You're wearing a leather jacket, the pink shirt. Actually, I think you fucking went through my wardrobe and snatched my glasses.
Oh.
They look familiar. And you're trying to be funny.
Nah, I'm trying.
Trying to come to the show. You need to know your role and understand that you're the co-host.
Oh.
And you work for me. You understand that? You can't just take over the show. You think you're on that level yet?
Could never be on your level.
You just can't stop with the sarcasm. You just got keep them coming.
It comes easy to me.
Yeah. Keep the bullets flying like a AR-15. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So who's your dream guy?
Well, he'd be nice to me and never yell at me and buy me flowers on Valentine's Day and
I see what you're doing there. You're mocking my intro from last week.
Never.
You think that's funny? Huh?
No,
you think
never.
That's funny? But okay. Well, what do you have in store for us today? Anything interesting? Like,
you're just gonna have to watch and find out.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's always interesting.
Yeah, hopefully you get a seizure because I'm messing with the light here. But really,
I want you like that.
Honestly though, you're a co-host, and I'm not a misogynist and all. I'm gentle towards women, but the truth of the matter is, you're a woman.
And that means
it means this is all you're good for.
Oh.
Shake it.
Talks. $50,
Talks.
Yeah.
Talks.
I'm waiting on him. Where's the host at? He's late again. Oh, finally. Make your appearance.
Trying to start without me?
So what's going on?
What's going on?
Now that we're a little late on this week's episode.
What's on the agenda today?
Well, looks like you've been gathering some new information this week. Why don't you tell me?
You can't host. That's what I know. I'll tell you everything. All right? So, yep. And that's another edition of Friday Night Talks.
That was quick.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just a crazy week in the world. People are just talking about the school shooting thing. So we're not going to beat that to a pulp. My mom went to the hospital, as you know. Had surgery. I think it's like her 7th surgery. Neurofibroma. neurofibroma is what it's called.
How's she doing?
It's 12-hour surgery, and everything went okay. She went to Miami for it. It's only a select few places that can treat it. It's a rare genetic disorder.
She's still in ICU?
No, they finally moved her out of the ICU, and she's out. They pretty much, it was in her neck area. They cut big chunk, nasty. And neurofibroma, it's a tumor that's growing in the nerves. Like, it's a tumor in the nerve, the sheath, whatever they call it. Mm-hmm. Like call it the myelin. Mm-hmm. It's the nerves surrounding like everything. And now she's like paralyzed in the face because they pretty much cut it all out. They got it all. So luckily it's not like in her lungs or...
Won't come back this time, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a rich area, and that's how the neurofibroma grows. And yeah, before she went in, she like talking to me and my kid, she dropped my kid off. Like it's her last words. She's saying stuff like, "If something happens to me, you guys, you take care of each other," and stuff like that. So you never know what could happen. It's dangerous because they had to do surgery around the carotid artery. Mm-hmm. And it's an artery you hit, you can die.
Yeah.
Instantly, you know. And
well, anytime you go under too, you always run the risk.
Yeah, and 12-hour surgery. Yeah. But it's nasty. It's painful. Mm-hmm. She said she did, like when she first got out. My brother told me, and she told me directly, she don't want to do this again. She'd rather die than go through this again. She's been through this 9 times years ago, but it's like been 5 years, and now it grew back. And it's a genetic, scary disorder.
Yeah.
But you know, what would be like? You went through a situation like that. Like she did that, and what would be like your last words? In a way.
Last words?
Before you went under the knife.
Well, you just make sure that your loved ones know that you love them, and you know, take care of each other, and just do the best you can to live your best life. Never forget. Never forget me.
Yeah? That's what you say? You really don't know. So you put yourself in a situation, like a life-death situation.
I've never been in that situation.
Well, when you're in a life-death situation, like anytime, not necessarily that, even a close call like in the car accident. Mm-hmm. Just like in your mind. You just have your mind goes through this, some kind of like switch. Mm-hmm. Like automatically there's this instant prioritization to what's important. Everything else you thought was important, that meant something, that other things you thought you had to do or you needed to do, suddenly didn't mean shit. Automatically things instantly prioritize when your life is put in perspective. Like every time I get out of a serious accident, or when I got out of a coma the one time, or after a car accident, you know, the next day I'm like, I had some clarity. Like all the bullshit, like things like that I thought I had to do in life, or for that week, like I need to do this, or all them thoughts get fucking filtered out for the shit that's important. That's why situations like that, it really is, it's eye-opening. It gives you clarity. but it fucks you up. It changes your take on life. Like my mom went through surgeries like that on a life-death level like 9 times, I believe. I think this was the 10th, actually. I'm not sure. And she's just tired of it, man. It's I don't know what, like, she's got clarity, but it's like enough's enough. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, take me now.
Wow. I think
know?
she's a strong enough person to be able to
Yeah.
get through it.
I just hate how she talks like she should be like, oh, you know, she gave me an insurance policy, you know,
No, my
talking
mom
like
did the same thing whenever she was sick and had surgery.
yeah,
So.
and then, like, if I die, you're gonna get what, 100 grand, 50 grand, whatever it is, and like, come on, dude, I don't want you to die. I'd rather fucking not have any. I'd rather pay 50 grand so you don't.
Yeah. She's just gonna make sure you're taken care of and Gray's taken care of if something should happen, but she's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but thing is, it's devastating. Yeah, a lot of, you know, people go through like the cancer and stuff. It's devastating, permanent scars.
Yes.
Like mentally, but physically, literally. They cut up her thigh. She has scars like in her face. It's rough, and it's permanent. You know, there's people that lose their hair. She's lost her hair because of one of her surgeries. And it's like, people think, and it's just depressing that it's logically, she's like, enough's enough, like, take me now type shit. And but I'm not like looking at her like she's, it's like, yeah, I feel it where you're at.
Yeah, well, at least it's benign, and, you know, it could be a lot worse than what it is. It's bad, but you just gotta try to, you know, be strong and pull through it. And
anyways, what else is going on in the world today?
just wearing my right-handed diamond ring as a sign of my independence.
What's that called? It's called a right-handed independent ring. That's
Yeah.
what women do these days in the 21st century. I see.
Since I don't have an engagement ring to show off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video, and dude was suing the girl to get his ring back. What do you think about being engaged, and if it doesn't work out, or even when you get married and then divorce, do you think the woman should give the ring back?
If the man asks for it, yes. Because in that situation, that was a family heirloom. It was his grandmother's.
Yeah, in the YouTube video, she was like a serial engagement ring scammer.
Yeah.
Would date dudes and get expensive engagement rings.
Yeah, it was like a $10,000 ring.
Yeah. A lot of women believe they're entitled to the ring, but law states, most law, it depends on the state, of course, you have to give it back, because that's the contract in a marriage, technically. You know, that if it doesn't work out, that was made under the promise that you guys are gonna live happily ever after. That's the contract. So if it doesn't work out, the contract is null and void, and then legally you have to give the ring back.
Well,
Some states, and then it depends, and there's different, depends on the circumstances too.
yeah. Well, if the woman's no longer married or engaged to that man, she's probably not going to wear the ring anymore anyway. So she'll probably just sell it.
Yeah, and that's the problem,
Yeah.
because dude paid for it. A dude will pay for a ring, and they're spending fucking like 7 mortgage payments. You know, like people pay 7 to like 20 grand.
Yeah. A 2-carat ring is over 10,000.
We've never done this before when we got married. You know, back in the, archaic times. That just recently happened with what's that called?
De Beers.
The beer you were telling me about?
Mm-hmm.
It's
The diamond monopoly.
Yeah.
Diamond is forever.
Yeah, and that's the company, and there's other companies attached to that, and they're mining for it in the early 1900s, and they put on a marketing campaign, and they made women believe that they needed to get a ring before marriage. Okay? Instead of loving someone unconditionally, they make people believe that they need a wedding, they need a freaking expensive ass dress, all this and that. And when you look at like actual marriages that last for 50 years, they just give them a single cheapo wedding band. Most women are financial parasites, and they don't give a fuck about the dude. They just want the big wedding,
Fairy tale wedding.
The ceremony, it's the dream,
Every little girl's dream.
Yeah. And who was that wedding? So I don't know about this stuff. In the UK?
The Prince
Harry
and Meghan Markle.
Yeah. And the society takes after that. It patterns itself after that. Look at all the people. That goes to show you people are worshiping that idea. That's like the ultimate marriage. And people are patterning their life and their dreams and their wishes to get married just like that, but on a lower level. And what does that say about society, in your opinion?
They just want to live happily ever after. And they think that the ring and the wedding dress and the bigger the better, that just shows how much they love each other. It's all, but that really has nothing to do with it.
No, because, like I said, the beer, they've duped people into believing that diamonds, that they need a diamond, when diamonds are really worthless, because
they are.
That industry back then, and still, it was a monopoly. They pretty much mined all the diamonds. They had all the diamonds.
Yeah,
The
they place
majority
the
of it.
value on diamonds. Really, diamonds aren't worth anything.
Yeah, and there's a bunch out there. And the idea comes from because women think they're going to be like worthless without a ring, without a wedding, especially without a ring. That shows their value, and that's sad. And it is. You see people on Facebook today showing off their ring.
Yeah, the bigger the ring, the
like,
more.
we made it work. I mean, it's not the biggest in the world. You see these all the time. But, and they post a picture of their small ring.
They're embarrassed by
But that's
it.
the whole point. They're tied to that idea of a ring making the marriage, making the engagement. And that, like 100 years ago, this started.
It did. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't want a nice big diamond ring someday.
But why would you want one?
Because I don't think it doesn't show.
Why do you want them?
Because they're pretty.
Because they're pretty.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want a diamond ring? They're nice to look at, and I guess in a way it shows your commitment. Because
that's what you were told to believe. The diamonds are forever.
Well, then a man wears a wedding band too. Just shows that you're off the market. You're taken.
Yeah, but why? Why a ring?
I don't
That's
know.
a good
It's
question.
just
Yeah, they want you to think the ring, because now they're fucking banking. Look at that industry, man. Look how much a little fucking piece of diamond is worth.
Yet everybody has it. Who's married? Everybody wears a ring.
Yeah,
So
I know, but like people like put so much emphasis on the ring, and yet you see it all the time. That it is a marketing ploy, and they got caught in it because most marriages
Everyone
don't
fell
even
for
last
it.
5 years.
Yeah.
They don't even last 5 years.
Everyone falls for it. Everyone does it. It's the norm.
Yeah. And they've really milked us good. I mean, they hoarded it, the bears or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they've hoarded it, and they kept the price high on it.
Mm-hmm.
And when with competition, they've had competition in like the mid 1900s, where they, they were giving up some control of them on the market. It wasn't as monopolized
Yeah,
as
there
they
was other-
like. So what they did was they just released a bunch of more rings, and then they eventually bought all the other ones out. They merged it into
Talks.
the bears or whatever.
Yeah,
You know?
it's $1 billion
Talk.
industry.